Hey, Bob Coppage, CEO Simplex-IT, Crouch Geek, and I am running really late for my monthly rant, this time for April of 25, but sorry about that. And one of the things I have to report on is something that didn't happen in April but happened in May, and that was the Cavaliers were eliminated from the playoffs last night uh, against the Pacers, and that was actually, they gave us a really exciting, I actually went to a Cavs game, and it was fun. And not a huge sports fan, as those of you know, but the Cavs and the Guardians are both reasons to enjoy Northeast Ohio and enjoy Cleveland. So thanks for the great season. And part of the reason I bring this up is also there will be news coming up next month about Simplex-IT's relationship with the Cavaliers. Yes, there is one, and we're going to talk about it next month. So that'll be cool. The second thing that's neat is Simplex-IT 3 years ago moved into these offices here in Stowe, and we moved here from the Stratford place, which is just down the street, 4130 Darrow Road, Suite 1300. And it's good that I remember that because we're going back. There's been a lot of improvements to that building. Won't go into the details, but the building had challenges 3 years ago. New ownership of the building, not Simplex-IT. They've done a lot of fixes to it and all. And we're going back to our old offices. And that's going to be kind of cool. And we will be there by the end of May. And so everybody who's been working with Simplex-IT, you'll be getting change of address notifications and all that kind of fun stuff. We're literally about 1,000 feet down. We're still on Darrow Road because legally we're required to be on Darrow Road. And some other things will be going back to do some more events, including we're talking about bringing back the luncheon hour. Does anybody remember the luncheon hour? If you do, and you think us bringing back the luncheon hour is a good idea, if for no other reason than I get to say the word luncheon hour a lot, let me know either in comments or send me an email, bob@simplex-it.com, about what topics you'd like to see for our luncheon hours, because we did those for a long time and had a lot of great success with those. So what else did I do? I actually went down to Columbus to the Ohio GovTech Summit back on 9th April, which is sponsored by OhioX, and it was really a cool event about 2/3 of the day that was essentially just a conversation of different municipalities, counties, cities, villages, all that. People from the state talking about some of the opportunities out there, some of the risks out there. Of course, this was right around the time where the Cleveland Municipal Court had suffered the cyber attack, and they were down for several days. And it was just cool to hear just some of the things that you don't think the state is active on, but they actually are doing pretty well. There's also a lot of cyber, especially on the training side, cybersecurity training that's available through the state of Ohio. Got any questions on that? Let me know. Again, bob@simplex-it.com. So that was cool. Didn't have to go as far for the PDA, Private Directors Association happy hour that was on the 10th of April. For those of you who don't know, the Private Directors Association, aka PDA, not what I thought it was going to stand for, is an organization, the Cleveland chapter of which, but the organization actually talks about how to best bring private board of directors most effectively and efficiently for small to medium organizations. So it's an organization I've been involved with for a couple of years. And it was cool to have the happy hour. In this case, it was just down in Hudson. And actually, Simplex-IT will be sponsoring their happy hour in August. Looking forward to that. Another event that I attended was the AITP, the Association of IT Professionals, formerly the Data Processing Management Association. Yes, I remember that because I'm old. They had basically a board panel discussion of what the IT job market is, which has some really good, interesting feedback and ideas. There's about 30 or 40 people there for that. That was cool. And again, that was on 17 April. And then Expedient. Those of you who don't know, Expedient is just doing some really cool things with some of their AI tools. If you're not ready, ChatGPT, Copilot, you need something more specific and a little more powerful for your organization, check out Expedient's tools. And if you ever get a chance to go to their events, check them out as well. And their title for this event was, near and dear to my heart, Simplify the Complex. No, we're not suing them. Simplex-IT is based on Simplify the Complex. But it was a great conversation there. It was downtown Cleveland, and appreciated the invite to that. And then finally, there's a small group of us, Capital Market Update, and thanks to Mike Hennigan, who arranges that and basically spent 30 April at that event. So those are the cool things, but they weren't the important thing. The important thing for this month was that I apparently am a piece of Star Wars trivia, and I kid you not. And I heard this from a guy in New Zealand who researched it, found somebody else who researched it from Russia, and somebody else who researched it in the United States, whatever. Apparently, Bob Coppage is the man, this guy, who wrote the first published Star Wars video game. I didn't say licensed, I said published. And I wrote this back in 1977, October of 1977, back when I worked for Ohio Scientific Instruments. And this predates PCs, networks, internet, predates a lot of things, except it doesn't predate me. And this guy basically called me up, interviewed me, and there's a link. There's also in the newsletter. There's a link elsewhere in the comments that talks about it. It was absolutely hilarious to go because I forgot completely about the game. It's just something I did as a part-time job. But that was cool, and therefore I am now either one of the coolest guys around because of this piece of trivia, or one of the lamest guys around because of the same piece of trivia. It's kind of hard to tell which. Anyway, so that's what I got going on. Other stuff is definitely happening, just not ready to announce it publicly yet. But it's some cool and different things for Simplex-IT. So anyway, hope you're doing well. Yada, yada, yada. Hope you're more up to date and ahead of things than I am. And catch you all later. Bye.